Good evening to everyone. Shall we start the session?
Good evening, madam. Good evening.
Yeah. Today we are going to see the topic. It's little bit critical that impact every business regardless of size or industry. It's nothing, it's workplace safety. And more specifically, the legal aspects and compliance surrounding it. Okay. So the workplace safety, it's not just about preventing accident. First, we want to understand one thing. It's about creating a healthy, secure environment for employees, which is turn promote productivity, loyalty, and long-term sustainability of for the business also. For us, the future business leader, yes, our entrepreneurs like you, it's essential to understand that safety is not just for moral responsibility. It is also a legal obligations. Non-compliance can lead to serious consequences also, ranging from fine and lawsuits to damage to the company's reputation also. Throughout this session, we will explore key terms, the role of both employers and employees, then real-time case studies, then what is the present and future trends. All those things we have planned to see that sections. Let's start one by one by understanding some key concept and legal framework that shape workplace safety today. The importance of workplace safety. The workplace safety is a fundamental part of running any responsible business. It's about protecting lives, reducing risk, and building trust among the employees, a safeguard of work environment like boosting morale, especially reducing their absenteeism and enhance the outcome of the productivity also. But more than that, it helps organizations stay compliant with the law and avoiding financial and reputational damage. If we can see the real world angle, for instance, industries like manufacturing or constructions, even IT, right? Due to ergonomic and mental health issues are required to follow safety standards. Failing to do so could lead to serious consequences. We want to face it, right? So, why the business students should understand the legal compliance? Because as future manager, like you, the entrepreneur, or you are a future decision maker, you will not only be the responsible for business growth, please understand that, but also for employee welfare. So understanding safety laws and compliance requirement is the key to avoiding lawsuits, improving workplace culture, and making some ethical choices also. You may think this is not a HR responsible, right, or legal job, but actually safety compliance cuts across departments. It affect operations, finance, due to potential fines or compensation also. So it is also affect the brand images. So just to imagine, you start your own logistic company. right? Just to imagine, and don't provide basic safety training. If an accident happen, you are not only legally liable, but your business could face major setbacks, even shutdowns. The real life example, just I'm giving 2 to 3, it's helpful for you the understanding why the safety measurement, the workplace safety is important. Let's take a look at a few cases in back. We can see that elaborate. Now just for understanding purpose, I'm just to giving there 1 or 2 lines to explain, right? You know that the Bhopal gas tragedy, everyone knows that, right? It's happened 1984. One of the most shocking industrial disaster, not only in India, it's even globally, right? The thousands of lives were lost due to lack of proper safety protocols and just to be ignore some maintenance. So this is a classic case of poor compliance and oversight. In I mean, it is happen, so automatically the worldwide, yes, the company should be just to be getting some poor remarks. So that's why I told like that. It's not for related to the legal compliance. It's also affected their brand names also. I mean, brand image also. Then Visag LG polymer gas leak. It's happened that recently, that 2020. I hope that a recent Indian example where gas leaked from a factory, leading of 11 death and 100 of injuries. So the investigation showed the violation of safety protocols. So these are the example we just to be indicate us. It's highlighted the society people to want to be safeguard of the workplace. We want to be concentrate more in the safety protocol, to follow their safety protocol. These incidents just to be reminded us. So the next, before we go for deeper into the legal framework and responsibilities, let's just get some familiar, I mean, with some key terms ought to be commonly used when discussing their workplace safety and compliance. First, we want to understand the terms. These terms forms the foundations of understanding their legal obligations in any organizational settings. One is once again, right, the occupational safety. This refers to the practice and measures put in place to protect employees from physical, chemical, psychological harm at the work, I mean, at the workplace. It includes everything from safety training and proper equipment to mental health support also. Second one is compliance. The compliance means the following the rules and regulations set by the law or on organization own policies. In term of workplace safety, compliance refers to obeying national labor laws, environmental standards, and internal safety protocols also. The non-compliance is just for opponent of compliance. Third one is hazard. A hazard is anything that has the potential to cause harm. The hazard can be physical, like slippy floors. If you take chemical, that is the toxic substance, then biological, bacteria, or psychological, the workplace stress, everything comes under that hazard. Then risk assessment. This is the process of identifying their hazards and evaluating the level of risk they possess to employees. It helps business decide how to eliminate or control the risk effectively. Then legal liability, the last one. This refers to the legal responsibility a company or individual has if someone gets hurt due to negligence or non-compliance with safety law. So if a business failed to ensure a safety environment, it can be held legally accountable. Then, what is the objective of workplace safety laws? The first objective is protect employee health and lives. This is the most fundamental objective, I mean, basic objectives. The law exists to safeguard the physical and mental well being of the employees. The worker should never feel or unsafe while performing their duties. The second objective is minimize business liability. By following safety laws, business reduce their risk of facing lawsuits, even ignoring their penalties also, or compensation claims. Essentially, compliance protect the company just as much as it protect the workers. The third objective is ensure safe working environment. The law ensure that organization take proactive steps to identify and remove workplace hazard. A safe environment boosts morale, productivity, and even retention of employees also. The fourth objective is encourage ethical business practice. The following safety laws they demonstrate that the company values human lives over profit. Yes, the next slide we can see that what is that following laws. Yes, that safety laws. The ethical behavior attract better talent, create trust among the employees, and build a strong brand images also. If we conclude this slide, the workplace safety law exists not only to enforce the discipline but also to align the business with ethics, accountability, and sustainability also. As a future managers, understanding these objectives help you make informed as well as the responsible decisions. The major legal frameworks, India as well as the overall world, right? Now let's take a closer look at some of the major legal framework in India that regulate workplace safety. These are the laws that define what business must do to protect their worker. You don't need to memorize the section, but understanding the spirit and purpose of the law is important. The first law is the Factories Act. This act was implemented the year of 1948. This is one of the oldest and most well-known workplace safety laws in India. It applies mainly to manufacturing unit or factories as defined by the Act 1948. It covers the following aspects like safety of machinery. This law explains the working hours of the employees, then cleanliness and ventilations. Even this act explaining the waste disposal and also the health inspections. These are the aspects mainly covered in the Factories Act. Example, a textile mill must ensure proper lighting, even the temperature control, and also the machine safety as per this act. If a worker is injured due to exposed machinery, the employer can be held liable under this law. The second one is the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. It was implemented in the year of 2020. This is the part of India's labor reform initiatives, where 29 labor laws, we having in total 29 labor laws have been simplified into 4 labor codes. So it's easily to understand their employers as well as easily understand the role and rights of the employees also. So the 24 labor laws convert in the 4 labor codes. This is one of the code. The second one is this specific code is a modern consolidated law that cover wide range of industries and workers. Okay, in this code, what is actually focusing on? That is the uniform safety standard. Then workers' rights, including leaves and working hours, even to explain their ODs, then medical facilities and hazard managements, even safety and welfare facilities of the employees, then digital registration of workers also, especially the digital workers, that gig workers, especially for migrant workers, that workers it's considered. This law is designated to make it easier for both employers and employees, I already said, to understand their rights and liabilities in modern work setup, including startup, even the small enterprises also. The third one is the Employees Compensation Act. This act was established in the year of 1923. This law ensured that if an employee is injured or dies in the course of employment, the employer must compensate them or their family. Example, if a delivery worker get injured in an accident while on duty, they are entitled to compensation if it was not the employer's direct fault. This law protect the employees and encourage the business to provide insurance and safety equipment. Then last one is the labor code, that is overview of new reforms. In India is undergoing a major simplification of its labor laws. This the 4 codes, I'm just to saying that mention here for 4 codes. One is code on wages, Second one is industrial codes. We can say that IR, industrial relations codes. Third one is social security code. And fourth one is occupational safety, healthy and working conditions codes. The four codes already I just to highlighted na, the 24 laws should be converted in the four codes because of understanding, easy understanding of the workers, even the startup companies, even the small enterprises also easily to understand that laws. That's why the labor codes, the four labor codes are were introduced. Introduced means not in the new implementation, just to be the 29 laws should be converted as a code. That's it. The code is related to one is wages, second one is industrial relations. You know that industrial relations, the relationship between management, workers and government, that is that we can say that triangular relationship. That's why we can say that industrial relations. So the industrial relations codes. Third one is social security codes. Then fourth one is occupational safety, health and working conditions code. These are meant to reduce the complexity, improve ease of, easy of doing the business and strengthen employer rights. Here I'm just to giving one tips to the students. As future HR professionals or the entrepreneurs, you will be working with these codes in real time, especially if you are registering a company, hiring employees, or setting workplace policies. The framework form the legal backbone of workplace safety in India. So now you are getting little bit ideas in that workplace safety, especially what are the frameworks form, what are the frameworks or followed by India. I hope that it's you getting some little bit ideas, right? So understanding them help you make legally sound decisions, then avoid risk and treat employees fairly. The laws are evolving, so always stay updated, right? If you say some US related, that is Work Safety Association, one is that is OSHA, right? The Occupational Safety and Healthy Administration, OSHA. We can say that OSHA, it's related to the US government. But not only the US factories are following, even globally, the OSHA should be followed by all the countries in global level. Many of the even our Indian companies, Tata Steel, the is Jamshedpur. It's located. That companies also follow their regulation of OSHA. Okay. So the next one is yes. Now that we can see the laws, let's talk about what employers are actually required to do under these regulations. These are not just best practices, they are legal duties. Responsibilities. It's failing to meet them can result in fine, lawsuits, or even imprisonment also. The first one is provide safe machinery and workplace. Employers must ensure that all machines, tools, and equipments used by workers are safe and properly maintained. The working environment should be free from avoidable hazards. The hazards, I just to told that previously, physical hazard is there, chemical hazard is there, psychological hazards, right? So the example in manufacturing unit, the machine must have safety guards. In an IT office, the electrical wiring and seating must be safe. Even poor lighting or slippery floors can be considerable negligence. Second one is a regular safety audit and training. Employers are responsible for conducting periodic safety inspections to identify the risk, and they must train the employees to handle those risks appropriately. Example, a warehouse should train staff on how to operate forklift, uh, and what to do in case of fire. So the many companies now use digital forms for safety training purpose. We are encourage the employees for getting some courses also through online. That's why NPT, a lot of courses now available. The portal are available to providing their safety measurement courses. So here the employees giving their training, digital training to the employees, as well as to encourage them to get the knowledge through some learning of courses. Third one is report accident and maintain safety records. Any workplace injury or accident or health issues must be reported to the relevant authorities. Employers must also maintain the proper documentation related to safety protocols and incident logs. Example, if the worker trips over loose wires or fracture their legs, this must be recorded and reported. Not doing so is considered a violation under the Factories Act or new labor codes. The last one is compliance with government regulations. This include following all relevant laws such as labor code, the pollution control, fire safety, industry specific norms, etc. The license must be renewed, safety boards displayed, and the inspection must be facilitated. If say some example, MNC often have a dedicated compliance officer. In startup or SMEs also, that is small medium enterprises also, this responsibility often lies with the founders or HR. The ignorance of the law is not on excuse. So you must understand that safety is not just on operational responsibility, right? It is a strategic and legal one. The business that invest in compliance yearly save themselves from huge losses later, right? Next one is, now let's shift to focus the employers to employees. Just as employers have responsibilities, the employees also have rights and duties when it comes to workplace safety. The understanding these is essential for both employers and employees to maintain a healthy work environment. First one is right to a safe workplace. Every employee has a right to work in an environment that does not put their health or safety at necessary risk. This means that workplace must meet safety standards and regularly assess potential hazard. Example, the construction worker has the right to refuse work if there are unsafe conditions, like has not been properly secured ropes, or the employee should never feel forced to work in dangerous environment. So the employee having such a rights. Then rights to report unsafe conditions. The employee have a rights to report unsafe working conditions without fear of punishment. Like lot of labor codes, lot of labor authorities there now. Previously we discussed. So the employees without fear of punishment, they directly go and approach the particular uh, labor codes authorities. Then the employers must have clear channels, like they want to be shown in the suggestions box frequently in the office environment, then appointed safety officers, and if get any anonymous reporting, at least they want to do to check it's correct or not, it's happen or not, everything, for employees to express concern. Example, if on employees notice that the fire extinguishers na or missing or defective, or the date was expired, they should report it. The company willingness to listen to and act on safety concern strengthens its compliance. Immediately they just to be take the action. Then third one is duty to follow safety procedures. While employee have rights, they also have a duty to follow the safety procedures and protocols set by the company. This includes using protocols protective equipment, that is the PPE, that is personal protective equipment, adhering to safety rules and participating in training. That is personal protective equipment is nothing, the gloves, then helmets, wearing their fire chute, like that. So the example in laboratory, an employee is required to wear gloves and the lab coat when handling their chemicals. Then failing to do so would be breach of their duty to ensure personal safety. The fourth one is protection from a reprisal. That is, the employees are legally protected from reprisal if they report safety issues or refuse to work in dangerous conditions. If an employee faces consequence for speaking out, they can talk, they can take some legal action also. uh, if say the workers in the oil or gas industries who report unsafe drilling practices are protected by law from being fired or demoted as a result of their actions. Just as employers have a duty to keep their workers safe, the employees must also to do their part by following safety protocols. The workers just to keep their or arranging their safety measures, it's one part, but the employees want to be follow full safety protocols, that is also the accountability of the employees. The law ensures that both parties are protected, the employers from negligence and the employees from unsafe work practices. The next one is the employers fail to comply with workplace safety laws. Yes, so the non-compliance can have serious consequence ranging from financial penalties to legal actions, especially for reputational damage. The first one is fine and sanctions. One of the most common penalties for non-compliance is financial. If a company failed to adhere to safety regulations, it can be fined or sanctioned by government authorities. These fine vary depending on the severity of the violence. Example, a factory failing to meet safety standards may fine hundreds of thousands of rupees or sometimes the lakh of rupees also. This is the financial burden that can be damaging, especially for small business, SMEs, small medium enterprises. Then second one is legal action and lawsuits. If a workplace accident occurs due to negligence or non-compliance with safety laws, the company could face lawsuits from the injured parties. This can include compensation of medical expenses, lost wages, and even the pain and suffering also. Example, the construction company could be sued by an employee who gets injured on site due to the faculty equipment or unsafe working conditions. The lawsuit can drag on for years, adding both financial and you face the reputational strain also. Third one is business reputation damage. Non-compliance does not just lead to financial penalties. It can also harm your business reputations. The customers, client, and employees may lose trust in the company that does not prioritize safety. This can impact sales, even the employee retention, and even investor confidence also. Example, a company like Uber, which had several high profile safety issues in the past, faced public backlash even though they were not legally responsible for every incident. The damage to their reputation led to higher scrutiny and pressure to improve their safety measures. Then fourth one is temporary shutdowns or bans. In extreme cases, especially where multiple violence have been found, a business would face a temporary shutdown or operational ban until it meets the required safety standard. Example, a chemical plant found to be a violating environment and safety standards could temporarily shut down until it fixed the hazards and compliance with the regulations. So this interrupt operational as well as its lead to major financial losses also. As you can see, non-compliance is not just a legal issue, it's a business risk. Companies that fail to prioritize safety can suffer long-term financial as well as the reputational harm also. That's why the safety and compliance should always be the top priorities for any business, any sectors. Then some tragedy, yes, the real world case studies where safety failures led to upsetting consequences. These incidents, I'm damn sure it's underscored the critical importance of workplace safety and legal compliance. I just want to explain the four incidents Now, so you 100% understand, yes, how the safety management is needed in the workplace. The first one is Bhopal gas tragedy. It was happened in the 1984. This is one of the most shocking industrial accident in history occurring in Bhopal in India. Especially a gas leakage at the Union Car- Carbide pesticide plant exposed over half a million people to toxic gas. Thousands died, and many more suffered lifelong health issues. What went wrong? That is lack of proper safety system. Even they don't have any gas detectors also. Then poor training and inadequate emergency response plans. Nothing. If having the alternative plans is nothing, should be happen that place. Then the corporate negligence, including cutting cost on safety protocols. They are always focused on the cutting cost. They are not focusing their safety protocols. So these are the mistakes happen in that incident. So this tragedy leads to sweeping changes in India industrial safety laws and set a precedent for workers' rights and environmental protection also. What is the key lesson for this incident? This disaster highlighted the need for strict safety measures and transparency in handling hazardous materials. It also led to major reforms in industrial safety laws in India and across the world. If your time will permit, please, all the incident you go through in deeply, you can understand all the things what's happened, why the law should be, why they, especially the four codes should be introduced, everything. Yes, why the some associations to giving lakhs and lakhs of penalties, lawsuits, everything you can understand. Okay. The second one is Foxconn. It's, you know, that it's a Apple supplier. That company is located in China. Foxconn, a key supplier of Apple, it's faced a significant public scrutiny due to high profile cases of worker suicide. In the early 2010s, at its factories in China, the companies was accused of poor working conditions, excessive working hours, and insufficient mental health support. So the many workers met the suicides. So what went wrong? Because the unsafe working hours and harsh conditions, then lack of effective mental health support for employees. So the pressures to meet unrealistic production targets. Yes, the pressure, the some the target also, the logic is that, yes, realistic unrealistics, we having two things. Yes, realistic target we can achieve because we are humans, right? Unrealistic targets, how we can achieve? So the pressure automatically get the pressures. These are the uh, things went wrong for that company. So after investigations and also the media just to publish all the things, so the Foxconn implemented significant changes to improve the working conditions, including reducing their overtime and improving workers' housing. I mean, work-life balance also. So, what is the key lesson of this incident? This case emphasizes the importance of considering mental health, fair wages, the worker welfare in addition to physical safety. It also highlights how global companies need to take responsibility for the working condition of their suppliers. Then third incident, the Rana Plaza collapse. It was happened in 2013. It happened in Bangladesh. That is the Rana Plaza building. It's one of the building. It was I mean housed several garment factories. It's collapsed now, so killing over 1,100 workers and injuring thousands. So this was one of the deadliest industrial disaster in history of globe. Then what went wrong for that incident? Na? The building was not structurally sound, which multiple floors added without proper permit. Then factory owners ignore safety warnings, allowing employees to work despite cracks in the building's walls. Then the workers were forced to work in unsafe conditions due to the fear of losing their job. These are the things it went wrong for that incident. So the disaster sparked global outrage, leading to calls for better working conditions in the government industry, especially our global brands sourcing from Bangladesh. Bangladesh. So, what is the key lesson for that incident? This case showcased how vital building codes, structural integrity, and properly oversight on the industries where workers' lives are at risk. It also saw the international impact of such tragedies influencing supply chain safety across the globe. The next incidents that is also it's happened that year of 1995, that is Sampo departmental stores collapse. It is located in South Korea. You know that in that incident happened earlier, right? But that time it's the South Korean just to took all the necessary actions, but not in Bangladesh. Yes, so that's why after the incident happened of Bangladesh only, the Bangladesh government strictly instructed to their country. So the globally, the OSHA, I told now the previously, that much of association concentrate worldwide. That's why previously each countries just to make uh, such a thing for their limitations. But again and again, the globally to affect such a incident, automatically the International Labor Organization, ILOs, everybody's or just to be looking into if anything happened. So if any the regulations law should be shooted, it's applicable for ILO companies. Those who are companies just to be registered in ILO, it's applicable, right? So that incident also more than 500 peoples are killed. Then the tragedy remains one of the deadliest building collapse in modern history. Here what went wrong means the poor construction practices, illegal additional extra floors, then use of substandard materials, ignoring safety regulations, and a lack of inspection also. So what's the key learned for that incident is highlight the importance of rigorous safety standards and inspections in construction of real estates. It also underlines how negligence can lead to not just the financial losses but also distressing loss of many people life. So these case uh, mm, reminders of what can happen when safety is overlooked. So they also demonstrate the need for comprehensive safety regulations and importance of business adhering to them. So both for their employees' welfare and their long-term success. Then we can see the importance of compliance. Yes, we can see that real world examples, everything. So what is the preventive measures can help organization avoid accident and stay compliant with worker safety laws? Previously we have discussed about their safety audit and inspection. Frequently, I mean the regular safety audit and inspection are the first step in identifying and addressing potential hazards before they lead to incident. That is most important. Second, the training and awareness program. Yes, the employee training is essential to creating the safety culture within the workplace. You know that the country of Singapore, it's a especially the construction sectors, the 100% safety to ensured. Each companies to promote certain courses. After completion of the courses only, the employees to permit to do their particular work. That much of training, that much of awareness create to the employees. Example, in warehouse, employees should be trained in the proper lifting techniques and to prevent back injuries and give regular updates on fire drills, then handling their material improperly and first aid procedures, everything. Third one is PPE. That is already discussed, that personal protective equipment, because the one of the simplest yet most effective measures, that is protect the worker from hazards. That is depending on the industry. This can include safety helmets, gloves, then ear protections, and especially specified clothing. Example, in a chemical plant, the worker should be provided with gloves, especially wearing their lab coats, and to wearing their mask also, right? The PE act as a physical barriers against injury, especially contaminations. Next one is emergency preparedness. That is most important. Every workplace should have a clear and tested emergency preparedness plan. Yes, that plan is lacked. We saw that for real world incidents, it's lacking. It's lacked. That why the things is happen. So this includes the protocols for evacuations, the fire drills, the medical emergencies, the natural disorders. The regular drills help employees to understand what to do in case of crisis. Then clear reporting and accountability. On effective reporting system, if you want to check everything, maintain their checklist, right? The inspection checklist, the handling checklist, the training checklist, the awareness checklist, all the things, the proper clear report is there, automatically we can find out. We can find the gaps also to ensure the employee can easily report safety hazards or violations without fear of retaliation. Additionally, the organization must establish accountability structure to ensure that safety measures are followed. Example, a factory should have a formal process for employees to report unsafe conditions like faculty equipment or unsafe working practices. A supervisor should be, should then be accountable for addressing their issues promptly. By implementing these preventive measures, the business can significantly reduce the risk workplace accident, right? So the safety is everyone responsibility. Employers, employee, even the government plays a role in creating a safer workplace. Then, as we look towards the future, workplace safety is evolving with new technologies, shifting working environment, and growing awareness for mental health. Here, I'm just to giving some key, not only future trends. In presently, many of the large scale organization should be followed, but the small medium scale organization, it's a challenge to introduce these technology, these things. So in That's why I'm just to giving their the mention the word of future trends also. In futures, definitely all the small startup as well as the SME companies also just to be approach the safety in the coming years. First one is technology and automation. The technology is revolutioning workplace safety with innovations in automations, AI and robotics helping to reduce human errors and enhance these safety protocols. The smart devices that wearables and sensor are being used to monitor workplace conditions in real time and protect hazards before they happen. Yes, they are giving some intimations. Example, many of the companies with the that is shopping malls, we can possible to see the fire intimation alarms. Yes, if the temperature to reach certain level, automatically the alarm will be ringing. These are the, it's automatically the automation methodology helpful for us for preventing their, ensuring their more safety of workplace, safety at workplace. Example, in manufacturing, robots are talking over dangerous task like welding, heavy lifting, or working in hazardous environment. That place, the robots take place. So AI-based system can monitor temperature, then machinery wearness, then sending alerts when something it out of the ordinary. Second one is remote work and virtual safety. As remote and hybrid work models continue to grow, new challenges have emerged in maintaining workplace safety. The employers must ensure the safety of employees work from home by providing ergonomic workplaces, the mental health support, safety guarding against cyber threats. Yes, to example, they are arranging some programs, awareness program. Yes, to arranging some yoga meditations program to the employees for relieving their stress, mental stress. Then to organizing their health and well-being programs. Then data driven safety management. The future of safety in data driven, the companies will increasing rely on data analytics to track safety performance, identify the risk, and predict the potential accident. Example, data from wearables can track employees movements and health metrics also, providing insights to the potential hazards like repetitive strains injuries or high stress levels. This allow company to intervene before problem rise. Then mental health and well-being. The workplace safety is no longer just about physical risk. Yes, the mental health is being a priority. Employers are recognizing the link between mental well-being and productivity. Example, the companies are introducing mental health days. Yes, stress management workshop and on-site counseling services. So the addressing the mental health is seen as the part overall approach to safety and well-being, reducing the burnout and fostering a healthier work environment. Then evolving regulations. As technology, work environment, and global trends evolve, so too do safety regulations. We can expect a continued focus on adopting safety laws to new industries, work settings, and emerging risks such as those associated with artificial intelligence or biotech. Example, in the next few years, safety standards will likely be updated to address new workplace technologies like autonomous vehicles. Then government and regulatory bodies will need to ensure that safety guidelines keep pace with these advancements. The future trends in workplace safety points towards a more data driven, then most involved in the technology savvy, then inclusive approach. The business that stay ahead of those trends will not protect their workers but also lead the way in creating more innovative and especially strengthen their working environment.
ये देखो, इधर आओ।
Final, then finally we can come to summary. Thank you for all your attention throughout the sessions. Yes, we have covered a lot of today, including the legal framework governing workplace safety, such as Factory Act, the some four codes also, then the responsibility of both employers and employees, then potential penalties for non-compliance, then real world case studies, then preventive measures can adopt to ensure a safety and compliant work environment, then future trends in workplace safety including technology, mental health, and evolving regulations. So I hope this section has provided valuable insights into the legal aspects of your workplace safety. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, please. If having questions, please ask me. But here I'm just to giving one final thought. Workplace safety is more than just a regulatory requirements. Please understand that it's a core element of the company's culture. When business prioritize the safety, they protect not just their employees, but also their long-term growth and sustainability. By staying proactive, compliant, and supportive of workers, companies can thrive and build trust with their employees and customers. So I hope that everybody is or to understand what is the importance of work safety management at workplace, right? If having any questions, please feel free to ask the questions, please. Otherwise, thank you so much. You don't have any queries, please wind the sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Please welcome.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you
ma'am.
for your time, ma'am.